Okay, let's talk about font. I know we've used font before in PowerPoint, but in Word it's slightly different, and we're going to do a little bit more with it, have a little more fun with it. The reason that we use different fonts is to add emphasis and emotion, because a more fun font can have a certain effect on the way someone feels about the words they're reading, just like with bold, underline, italicized. Now, there are hundreds of different fonts to choose from. Make sure that you're choosing one that works well for what you're trying to communicate. There are some fonts that are fun. So on the home ribbon, in the font group, you click the drop down arrow by font style, and you can scroll down and choose any type that you want, except for Algerian. Do not choose an Algerian font because it does not show up on Canvas. One of the ones that you'll be asked to choose is called Curls MT. It's a fun font that really conveys a happier type feeling. Okay? Now, you can change this from your font dialog box. So remember, to open a font dialog box, you click on the arrow in the right corner of the group, which is font, and you can choose any font you want. You can change your font from italic to bold. You can change your font size here. Notice there are presets, fewer presets here than would be up on your ribbon. And you can also add effects: strike through, double strike through, subscript, superscript, small caps, all caps, hidden. You don't want to add all those effects. Use it sparingly. Do not add right now. Don't add text effects, but you can also add text effects here. Okay? Outlines, shadows, reflections, just like you're used to seeing in what you did in PowerPoint. Notice right here, this is what your font will look like. Okay? When you change your font, you would just click OK. Notice by the font size, which is measured in points, can range anywhere from 1 to 1,638. So if I want to type 1,638 in that box, I can do it. There are preset font sizes that are available, up to 72, but you can use any font size from 1 to 1,638, including 12.5 if that's what you want. Now, you should never have more than 3 different fonts in any one given document. It becomes too distracting for the reader when you have those 3 different font styles, any more than 3 different fonts. Size is similar. You don't want so big that it's impossible for someone to comprehend what it's saying, or so small for that matter. You also want to make sure that it fits with your document but can be seen from a distance if you're doing, say, a flyer like we've been working on with this fake student days of the week. Now, for color, there's a drop-down arrow next to the font color as well. These are our standard colors. We've told you before to use these standard colors right here. So when you're asked to change them for your assignment, use the standard colors. When you change your font colors, you should never have a word that is more than one font color. Really, a sentence should remain one font color, because it just becomes too hard to read and too distracting when you have every other letter a different color, or even every other word. You should never have more than 5 different colors per document. For some of you, I know this is hard. Remember that the lighter colors are much more difficult to read than the brighter, darker colors. And I know we think of yellow as a bright color, and it is in clothing or things like that, but in text, it's not that bright. So don't go crazy changing your font colors. Make sure you're using darker colors that stand out more. Notice also when you move your mouse over the color, a screen tip will pop up and tell you what color it is. I know we covered this when we talked about the different fonts in PowerPoint. just want to review everything. Don't forget that bold, italicized, and underline also add that emphasis and emotion to your text.